Let's talk about your last big relationship argument. What if I said the real conflict wasn't about the dishes or the money or who forgot to call? The real battle was happening beneath your words in a hidden hierarchy of your nervous system. And once you understand this map, you can stop fighting with your partner ineffectively and start repairing the shared biological safety net that true connection is built on. I'm Dr. Kate Balestrieri, a licensed psychologist, certified sex therapist, pact couples therapist, and the founder of Modern Intimacy, a practice with providers across the country that focuses on sex therapy and couples therapy. Today I want to talk with you not just about love, but about your biological blueprint for connection. I'm going to explore the idea that your most profound experiences of love and conflict are at their core governed by your nervous system. So think of this as a user's manual for your body in relationships. I'm going to weave together three powerful ideas: the hardwiring of your brain and body, neurobiology, a specific map of your nervous system called polyvagal theory, and a perspective on attachment that considers power and context, feminist attachment theory. So what's the goal of this video? It's to help you understand relationship safety at a biological level. So let's start with your internal security system, your autonomic nervous system. This is the hierarchy of connection. So imagine your nervous system as an ancient, wise ladder with three main rungs. Stephen Porges says that the top rung is safe and social. This is where your ventral vagal state lives. When you're here, you feel calm, connected, and engaged. Your voice is warm, your facial expressions are soft, and you can listen and empathize. This is your biological home base for a healthy, secure, functioning relationship. From this state, you're operating within your window of tolerance. This is the optimal zone where you can feel stress, joy, sadness, even a little anger without being overwhelmed or shutting down. So the middle rung is fight or flight. This is your sympathetic nervous system state. It's mobilizing energy for threat. In a relationship, this isn't just about physical danger. It's activated when you perceive emotional threats. So criticism, a dismissive comment, or your partner's withdrawal. Your heart races, your muscles tense. You might become argumentative, defensive, or anxiously pursue for reassurance. In this state, you've left your window of tolerance and you've shifted into hyperarousal. Now the bottom rung is shut down and collapse. This is your dorsal vagal state. If fight and flight feels impossible or futile, your nervous system pulls the ultimate circuit breaker. This is immobilization. Energy plummets. You feel numb, foggy, disconnected, maybe even hopeless. You may go silent, feel physically heavy, or dissociate. This is hypoarousal, a biological shutdown, not a mood. Your nervous system is constantly scanning your environment, especially your partner's face, voice, posture, for cues of safety or danger. And it's moving you up and down this ladder. So let's talk about the dance of two nervous systems, co-regulation. This is by far the most important concept for relationships, co-regulation. You are not meant to regulate your nervous system alone all the time. Co-regulation is the unconscious biological dance where you and another person influence each other's physiological state. A gentle touch from your partner, a soft tone in your voice, a warm gaze across the table. These are cues of safety that can actively calm your partner's nervous system, helping them stay in or return to their ventral vagal state. And they do the same for you. So think of a time when you were upset and someone truly listened with a calm presence. You likely felt your body settle. That was co-regulation. Your capacity to self-soothe as an adult was built through a lifetime of these moments, starting in infancy. Your relationship is a living, breathing, co-regulatory system. Let's talk about when the system carries old alarms, trauma, and your relational capacity. I'm going to talk a little bit about how sometimes this co-regulation dance can feel so hard. If you or your partner have a history of trauma, chronic stress, or inconsistent caregiving, Your nervous system is like a smoke detector calibrated too sensitively. Your window of tolerance may be narrower. A raised voice might trigger a flash of panic, a sympathetic nervous system surge. A partner needing space might feel like a lethal abandonment, triggering a shutdown. This isn't you being dramatic or needy. This is your neurobiology responding to old maps of danger. Your reactions are disproportionate to the here and now, in the present moment, because they're linked to experiences you had in the past. If your trauma was relational, betrayal, abuse, neglect, your defenses are intelligent. They protected you. Healing, therefore, has to happen in the context of a safe and equitable relationship where those defenses are understood and not vilified. Let's talk about the difference between I need space and I'm shut down. There is a critical distinction. And this brings us to a crucial point. We have to distinguish between a physiological capacity issue and a psychological willingness issue. And this is often the source of immense hurt and misunderstanding for partners. A physiological shutdown, a dorsal vagal response, is a capacity issue. This is not a choice. This is someone's nervous system hitting the brakes so hard that everything stalls. If you or another person is in a shutdown, you're not choosing to be silent. Your capacity for language and emotional expression and connection is offline. Pushing you to talk it out right then is like asking someone with a broken leg to run. It won't work, and it will cause more pain. What you need is quiet, non-demanding safety. Perhaps just the gentle, regulated presence of your partner to help your system reset. Avoidant behavior, a deactivation, is a potential willingness issue. This is a little different and often stems from an attachment strategy that learned, depending on other people, is unsafe. So here, you or another person has the capacity to engage, your nervous system is more regulated, but you unwillingly pull away. You might intellectually rationalize the conflict, minimize feelings, or need solo time to self-regulate before reconnecting. This is a protective strategy, not a biological collapse. So before labeling behavior as avoidant, consider the context. Are you withdrawing because you're afraid of intimacy, or because the relationship dynamic feels inequitable or disrespectful? Your withdrawal may be a powerful self-protective boundary. So how do you build a sanctuary for two nervous systems? And what does all of this mean for your relationship? It means that you and your partner get to shift the question away from who's to blame to where are our nervous systems right now? You work collaboratively as partners to become co-regulators and detectives of safety. It's about learning what are your cues of safety and danger? What does shutdown really look like for each of you? And how can you help each other widen your windows of tolerance? Conflict becomes less about winning or losing and more about co-regulating back to connection. As Stan Tatkin, the developer of the PAC model, often says, you can be right or you can be connected. And you'll learn to see shutdown with compassion, not contempt. You'll understand that avoidance is a wall that can only come down in an environment of true safety and respect. Because ultimately, a secure, loving relationship is a ventral vagal alliance. It's a daily practice of building a sanctuary where both of your nervous systems can feel safe enough to be fully present, vulnerable, collected, and connected. You're not just healing each other's hearts, you're literally reshaping each other's brains and biology toward a foundation of safety. So if any of this resonated for you and you'd like more support, feel free to reach out and schedule a consultation with someone on our team. And you can also download a helpful guide in the pinned comment below.